And welcome to the Rocket Ridge Rusty Show. If you're learning something here, it's one of them learning videos on that YouTube you hear about on the news. This is episode number 10. In episode number 10, we're going to be learning how to cut a notch out of a 2x4. That square out there, okay? We're gonna mark it. We're gonna take this mark. We're gonna mark it down, okay? We're gonna mark it down here. I hope it's square. Now what this means is I'm going to mark out a notch, and I'm going to again just use the power saw, because in all these preliminary videos we need to fully understand the power saw and what we can do with it. I'm gonna flip this 2x4 up on edge. Maybe that'll work. Okay, there are thousands of tools, hundreds of thousands of millions of tools. Watch it with my eyes. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it and watch it real close out there. And we need to start with the basic ones. And that means you are going to master the power saw. So here's episode 10 for you. I hope you enjoy. But first, the mailman just came, so I'm gonna go check the mailbox. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark out a notch into this wonderful piece of wood, 2x4. Okay, we're gonna make this notch. We're just gonna kind of cut it in and then cut it out. And what you're gonna learn from that is that you can use a power saw to cut notches to create different shapes out of small pieces of building material, wood. Okay, this is a very important video. You can learn a lot from this. You can make jigsaw puzzle pieces. You can make whatever you want. But we're gonna do with the tape with the power saw. Got it? So first, you're gonna take that tape measure there. You're gonna take your 2x4 and you're gonna figure out what you're doing. Okay, you gotta see here. You gotta see it. Okay, yeah, that's 3.5. Okay, we got that. So we're gonna try to figure out what half of 3.5 is gonna be. It's gonna be I think it's 1 3/4 inches, but we're not too sure right now. We're gonna double check that. We're gonna mark it at 1 3/4 inches. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, yeah, it is 1 3/4 inches. We got that right. Okay, we're just but we're gonna move our line a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna take this notch. We're gonna cut it in, I guess 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches is gonna be our mark to cut it in. Okay, so we got 5 and we got 1 3/4 inches. Okay. Now we're gonna get that square out there, okay? We're gonna mark it. We're gonna take this mark. We're gonna mark it down, okay? We're gonna mark it down here. I hope it's square. You can always check that later, okay? Looking like a pretty good there. Looking like a pretty good. Just a little off. You could just move that line a little bit, okay? Hope you're learning something here. It's one of them learning videos on that YouTube you hear about on the news. The YouTube video. But see, we're going to take that line and we're going to mark it all the way around. The reason we're going to mark that around is because we're using a power saw to do this notch. And we're going to not use any other tools. Okay? I'm going to try to teach you something about a hammer, a chisel, and a power saw. That's what we're doing here. Okay? We'll take those lines, we'll scribe them all the way around. Once we get them scribed all the way around, then we got something to work with, okay? The wood's got a little water in it. Can't really see that line. That line ain't working out too good right there. Been sitting out in the rain. Gotta really push on that line. Just kind of scar it in there a little bit, okay? Alright, so I hope you got your 2x4 marked out. Now we're gonna take the power saw. We're gonna cut this out. I'm gonna do it kind of in a slow motion type deal so that you can really take in that information. And then hopefully after this video you can start making your own notches and cut wood whatever you want. Alright, let's cut this wood up. That power saw, make that cut we're talking about. This out of the wood with a 2x power saw. Okay. I'm gonna cut that line down. I'm gonna stay up. Remember we talked about where you got to be on that line. Okay. flip that around. Now we're going to get that line cut through. Now there's still a little bit in there to cut, which we'll get out with the chisel. I'm going to flip this 2x4 up on edge. We got the blade set as deep as we can. Be careful out there. You got to be careful out there. Never be careful enough. Yeah, I got that blade set a little too high. Now again, you might want to turn the power off if you do this. But for me, I'm not going to turn the power off. Just going to make a tiny adjustment. Maybe that'll work. Cut a little. Okay. Get that. That was our notch. Okay, we cut that notch out, that piece of wood there. Just see, I got it pretty nice and tight. Now, so there's a little bit of extra wood there. We'll get that hammer. We'll get that hammer over here, and I'm gonna get the chisel. You stay right there. Now watch this. See that you got the chisel? Now we're getting some new tools going on here, huh? The Rocket Ridge Rusty Show. Let's start teaching about a couple new tools. See now, if we take this chisel, we can scratch that wood up a little bit, right where we want it. Kind of get it in there. Get it in there real good. Okay, I got the chisel. I'm gonna just give it a little tap with the hammer. Watch it with my eyes. I'm gonna keep my eyes on it and watch it real close. Oh, okay. Give it a couple more taparoos with the hammer. You call it whatever you want. Banging the hammer, tapping the hammer, whatever. Hammering a hammer. I don't know what we're doing here. We're making one of them YouTube videos, I guess. Okay. But you see, look. This chisel is very sharp. It's not that sharp, actually, but sharp enough. I can go like this and just clean it up. Look at that little dust I'm making. See? See? Little dust. Anyways, so here we got our notch. We'll go ahead and double check it for you on camera. 1 3/4. 1 3/4. 1 3/4. So it's exact half of the 2x4. And that is how you cut a notch out of a 2x4. Nice and clean. With the power saw, hammer, chisel, tape measure, pencil. 5 tools. Alright, this has been the Rocket Ridge Rusty Show, episode number 10, cutting a notch out of a 2x4 piece of wood. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you go about the rest of your day having a blast. Take care now.